What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Lollipops to Die For. I'm your host, Stephanie, and this is my co-host,
Mona.
And today we are talking about the gruesome story of Ben Benefiel. Let's get into this. A man who spent nearly 2 decades on death row for raping and killing a teenager was executed early Thursday. Bill Benefiel Jr., 48 years old, died by injection at 12:35 a.m. at the Indiana State Prison. He was convicted of holding 18-year-old Delores Wells of Terre, Haute, captive for 12 days before killing her on February 17, 1987.
What a good guy. But let's get into it. So, 17-year-old Alicia was kidnapped on her way to a store 2 blocks from home in Terre Haute by Benefiel, who was armed with a gun and wearing a mask. Alicia was tied up and gagged, driven by Benefiel's home and taken inside. During 4 months of captivity inside Benefiel's home, Alicia was raped and sodomized over 60 times at gunpoint. Most of this time, she was chained and handcuffed to a bed. He glued her eyelids shut, put tape over her eyes, and toilet paper in her mouth. She was cut with a knife and beaten. After 3.5 months, Alicia saw a second girl, Delores Wells, in the home. She was naked and handcuffed on the bed with tape over her eyes and mouth. She later saw Benefiel beat Delores and put super glue in her nose, then pinch it together. Benefiel left the home for 2 hours and upon his return confessed to Alicia that he had killed and buried Delores. When police knocked on the door, Benefiel stuffed Alicia into a ceiling crawl space. The police entered with a search warrant and rescued her. The body of Delores was found soon after in a wooded area. An autopsy revealed injuries to her vagina and anus and established asphyxia as the cause of death. And he pleaded insanity.
Of course, they all do.
Mm-hmm.
So a few days later, on February 11th, Bill watched as police pulled into his driveway. He forced Alicia into the crawl space. Officers have received information that Alicia could be in the home. Upon searching, they located Alicia and rushed her to the local hospital. They placed Bill into police custody. Alicia told detectives everything that had happened to her over the past 4 months. She also revealed that Bill had murdered Delores. Searching Bill's home, officers located a mask, a shovel, a rake, a post hole digger, a rope, and a .22 caliber shotgun shells. Volunteers located Delores Wells' body on February 22, 1987. Her autopsy revealed that she suffered internal and external injuries to her anus and vagina, indicating that she had been sexually assaulted anally and vaginally. Her cause of death was listed as asphyxiation.
And more victims came forward when Benefiel was convicted. At his trial, several other women came forward to testify against him. The women claimed Bill had kidnapped and raped them 6 and 8 years before Delores' murder. A psychiatrist testified during his trial that he suffered from schizophrenia, personality disorder, and other mental diseases or defects after enduring abandonment, physical and sexual abuse, and other traumatic events during his childhood. He was ruled mentally competent to stand trial, though, and the jury convicted him of murder and countless other related charges. He was sentenced to death, and after more than 2 decades on death row, he was executed by the state of Indiana on April 21st, 2005. I think he was the last one. Yeah, I think in Indiana he was the last one that was executed on death row. He died by lethal injection at 12:35 a.m. Family members of both victims traveled to Michigan City where the execution took place, but according to media accounts, the surviving victim did not go. Due to Indiana state law, none were allowed to watch Benefiel die. while the death penalty is still legal in Indiana, the last state execution was held in 2009. I guess he wasn't young, the last one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've heard of any executions, to be fair, recently that happened.
Right.
Because I think they're trying to do away with that. I mean, they don't have the death penalty here in California anymore, even though they put people on death row. You're never going to die by execution.
Okay, so to put it in our personal opinion...
What I think is that you just turn them over to the family.
Oh, yeah. Let them...
Screw the law. Yeah. Like, why do we have to abide by the law?
Right. Well, my personal opinion, and I know it's not going to be warranted by the rest, and, you know...
It doesn't really matter.
To each your own. Okay, this is our show.
Make no apologies.
No, I don't, because you know.
Don't like it. Tough titties. Move on.
But the point is, there are few instances when I don't care. You can die by lethal injection. And one is people like this one. I understand there is a lot of mental illness that's untreated and everything, but that doesn't give you even remotely the right to ruin somebody else's life. There is
torture people.
And like this one, he literally tortured this girl under the assumption that, oh my God, I was abused. I had a horrible childhood. Sorry.
Oh, sucks to be you.
Yeah, we all did in some way.
So sad. Too bad.
And also, there are other few instances like
maybe he needed to do shadow work.
Oh yeah, he should have. But the point is, he was a horrible human being. Obviously, I don't know if he would have been in a loony bin. I don't know if he would have been. If they would have ever been able to treat him. So I don't know why waste the taxpayers' dollars.
Right, I agree.
And even this way, he stayed on death row for a lot of years until he was actually executed in 2005, and he committed this in 1987. So he stayed.
So taxpayers paid for all this.
I
say turn them over to the family and let the family do what they will.
Right. So, like, again, my personal opinion, people like this deserve to have the lethal injection. The second category would be animal abusers, and the third one would be child abusers.
Oh yeah.
So sorry, sucks to be you, but this is the world we're living in, and we can't let the people like this roam around and destroy other people and families. Think about he not only ruined this girl that actually survived, forever.
Right.
He ruined her family, her extended family, because everybody's impacted by it. And for what? Just because you wanted to, I don't know,
get your jollies off to watch somebody suffer.
Right. Yeah. So again, sucks to be this and having mental illness and be abused as a kid, but that is a lot of people that don't go around and do this. So
just like that story we watched yesterday, I think it was, or the day before. With the guy that cut up his wife.
Yes.
Just because he had a mental illness doesn't give you the right to decide to up and do that.
I think lately, in the nowadays 2024 era, that's one of the reasons why we come and tell you all these stories. Because some you may know, some you may not, from the past or current. But the reason why we do this is because we want you to be aware that there is not just bliss in the world. There is crazy crap happening behind closed doors that you should be aware, because it might happen to you tomorrow.
Right. You never know.
Yes.
You never know.
So, but
you never know. But yeah, I don't know. Turn them over to the family. These people weren't even allowed to watch him die.
Yeah. That's the other weird stuff, which is, I mean, it's not even in California. I would expect this in California because it's all about the rights,
protecting the criminal.
Protecting the criminal, But 100%. It's Indiana. In Indiana, why would you be allowed to see the guy, look him dead in the eye and be like, you ruined my life? Like, right. Like, I don't know. It's, at this point, it's like, at least you should have that right.
Right. I mean, like when you think about the things they committed and just think about like somebody was to do that upon you, like the internal rage, the internal rage I always get, like, it's like so deep, and it's like, that's why I watched the police activity show and I just
lose it.
Oh God, it makes you realize just how crazy people are, and you really just want to hurt them. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, you should,
because people are nuts.
They are, but that's a weird excuse. Like, just because you're nuts, you don't need to go around town and do this.
I couldn't imagine somebody.
But thank you guys for
Yes.
listening. Thank you for being here. And until the next time.
Always remember, the truth is always scary.
Bye.
Bye-bye.